So I've been thinking about strength, man. Strength, might, the power to fight. Is it money, authority, a cool job, a ton of likes? Okay. Let's keep it simple. I want to be strong. Can you believe it? We got self-driving cars. The time's coming, we'll be taking rockets to Mars. And yet you still got folks out there using their fists and bodies to seek strength. Yeah, I hear you, man. We're all a bunch of fools. But, you know, if you want to know about strength, you just gotta get to it. We fighting fools are all getting to it on the streets.
I'm not even going to beat around the bush. Street Fighter 6 is the greatest fighting game I have ever played. Yes, I did think that I got my original ranking wrong. My original ranking of Street Fighter, if you remember it, I don't blame you if you don't, placed Street Fighter 6 somewhere at number 2. I don't think that anymore. This game is probably one of the best Street Fighter games, nay, one of the best video games I've ever played. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start with the roster. The roster this time around was picked out perfectly. There was no dud character this time. No character that makes you wonder, why are they even here? No, every character in the roster is here for a reason, and I love it. And the characters' redesigns are great. But if you don't like them, you've got the classic costumes. I also love the new moves they gave to the old characters, like how Ryu is able to charge up his attacks, like the V trigger in Street Fighter V. In fact, if you want a short version of my review, I'll just say it's Street Fighter V, but really good. But enough about my rambling. The roster is made up of mostly Street Fighter 2 characters. Let's rip the band-aid off right away. However, I don't really care about that anymore. And that's simply for one reason that we'll get into later. But let's just say for now, they really expanded upon these characters. But the new characters, they are good. My favorites include Luke, Jamie, Aki, at least for a little bit, Lily, and Manon, and Marisa. Actually, now that I think about it, I can't really pin down a favorite character. They're all really good. Marisa, in particular, is one of my favorites. Even though she's not really one of my favorites to play as, she's one of my favorites personality-wise. Mainly because of her bombastic attitude, but also the fact that she does have a gentle side. And then there's JP, the new villain. He is awesome. But we'll get more into that when we talk about the thing that I'm ignoring. The fighting game aspect of Street Fighter 6 is also really well thought out. Everything that was wrong about Street Fighter V has been fixed. Basically, you get a full bar meter to do everything with. Its moves, drive impacts, reversals. Basically, if you can think of it, this meter can do it all. And it's right below your health bar, so it's hard to miss. I like it. But it's also punishing if you use it all up. But it also refills quickly, so you're not punished for too long. Basically what I'm trying to say is, this game I did not give it enough credit, but that was for a good reason. I did not own this game. I didn't play it that much, so I didn't really have a good understanding of it. Needless to say, that has changed. Street Fighter 6 has good fighting mechanics. It also looks very good, but I mean, you're looking at the game right now. You can already tell it looks good. That's not the only thing about Street Fighter 6 that I love. No, I just love how much there is to do in this game. You see, my biggest problem with fighting games is the fact that, despite the fact that they are really fun at first, once you've done all the fighting you can do and unlock the new characters, you've basically done all there is to do. Not in Street Fighter 6, and that's all due to one mode that I've purposely been ignoring. And that, my friends, is why Street Fighter 6 is probably one of the best fighting games I've ever seen. That, my friends, is World Tour Mode. World Tour Mode is an open world beat 'em up fighting game hybrid that gives depth to all the characters in the game. Oh my goodness, how did we get here? It seemed not so long ago that Street Fighter V released with little to no content. And now we have this game with all this new content. If it weren't for this mode, I would not care about the new characters. I would not care about the old characters. But no, this mode gives context to all the new characters and the old characters, and also allows you to create your own OC, which is all brilliant. And no other fighting game in the history of planet Earth has ever done anything like... okay, fine, one fighting game has done this before, Mortal Kombat. But Street Fighter 6 has done it better. Let me explain. Where Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat start to diverge is, well, for one, the character you play as in Street Fighter 6 is a customizable character. Meanwhile, Mortal Kombat is more of a blank slate character. Now, granted, that's pretty much a very similar thing, but because of that, you feel a bigger connection to your custom character than you ever do Shujinko. And no offense to Shujinko. Shujinko's a good character, I just feel like he could be done a little better. Guys, give it up to the Shujinko stand-in, John Street Fighter. But John Street Fighter, as I will jokingly call him throughout the rest of this video, is basically just a guy who learns the fighting styles of everybody he meets, or she meets. No discrimination here. Basically, this John Street Fighter is just a Shujinko of this world. You level up and learn new skills. That's what you're doing. Where it gets interesting is all of the ways you unlock these new styles. You actually talk to the Street Fighter characters, fight with their styles from a bit, and learn more about them. The more I say this out loud, the more it sounds exactly like Mortal Kombat's Conquest mode. You see, the thing about that is that Street Fighters is essentially a modern take of Conquest. And you know what? It's a good take. I love this game. Mainly due to this. Characters you meet are super cool and interesting. You want to know how much this game does to fix the characters and or make them interesting? This guy, right here, Retsu, was in the original Street Fighter game. The thing is, the original Street Fighter game sucked, and he had basically no character. So the fact that he even returned at all is a miracle, but he did so much more than that. He was given so much character. He's basically Ryu's old jokey friend who was friends with Goken. And, well, basically, is just that guy you want to hang out with. He also has a big sweet tooth. That is way more information than we ever got in Street Fighter 1. And it's all because of World Tour mode. But it's not just this. Every character has a chance to shine in this game. Long story short, the reason why I love Street Fighter 6 is its characters. Its gameplay and its characters. Those are the two reasons why Street Fighter 6 was so good. World Tour mode is just the cherry on top. You get to learn all about the characters whilst also exploring the world. Really. Street Fighter 6 just clicks with me. I also really love the characters' designs. I know I said that before, but take one look at Zangief and tell me that I am lying. Look at him. I just love how this game takes characters who did not matter in the past and just turns them into such wonderful characters. If you want even more in-depth stories about these characters, you've got to watch Thorgy's Arcade's video on Street Fighter 6. It is way more in-depth than what I have to offer. But all I will say is that Street Fighter 6 is one of my favorite AAA games. It's one of my favorite Street Fighter games. But most importantly, it's my favorite fighting game. And all other fighting games are now worse because they're not Street Fighter 6. So that brings me one question. Where can we go from here? Street Fighter 6 is literally that one soldier meme. They invented fighting games and then they perfected it. I'm sorry if this video has seemed very off-kilter, but just watch my previous video and you'll understand why. But I had to get my love of Street Fighter 6 out there. Oh, and by the way, JP, really serious villain. Love the fact that this game is starting to be taken seriously again. I just love it. It's basically just Bison, but a lot calmer and more methodical. This game made me care about characters that I never cared about before. In fact, a little fun fact, originally I was gonna put DJ as the worst Street Fighter 2 character. But then this game happened and now I love DJ. So I just couldn't in my right mind do that. There are tons of characters I wish were in this game, like Dan, Ibuki, and other characters. But I'm just glad with the characters we got. And we're getting way more. See, Viper is confirmed to be the very next character, and she's tied to the plot of SRN. Or SIRN. All I can say is Street Fighter 6 is not done yet. And that's the best part. Its story is still happening. And I love everything that's going for it. So Capcom, thank you for making this game. You have redeemed yourself. Although I still haven't forgiven you for not making a new Mega Man game. Even though you very clearly showed us that you could. Like, seriously, Capcom, you're just taunting us at this point. Stop it. Sorry this video was a little shorter, but I just really wanted to talk about something positive for a change. Anyway, I have been the Gamer Nerd. And see you next time. I don't have a joke to end off this time.